Clover Health Investments has been seeing some interesting price action. Let's get into what's going on with the stock recently, where I think the stock could be headed, and an interesting article that I have a lot of problems with. If you haven't already, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of the analysis I'm going to be talking about today. But other than that, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments. As you can see here, sitting at about $8.35 per share, up about 30% on the day today. We're having a nice green day for CLOV. However, by the time this video goes out, and I want this to be very clear because I've seen this happen in a lot of our other videos where we'll talk about CLOV, it'll be green during the day, and I will actually specifically I will say that I am not going to be surprised if CLOV cannot hold these levels and it will continue to trade downward into the close. This has happened before. Again, it's not guaranteed, and we'll get into more technical analysis at the end of this video, but this is something that I want you guys to be aware of because a lot of people I think don't understand that these videos are not coming out exactly right at the time that we're recording them. Of course, that's not always really possible and it's not always the case. So of course, be aware of that. But overall, CLOV doing very well on the day here. We're going to get into the price action here in just a little bit. Let's get into this article that I really have a problem with and why I really disagree with it overall. Is Clover Health a risky investment? This is an article on Yahoo Finance, and it basically dives into a lot of not only the fundamentals and of course the technicals of Clover Health, but as well just overall what the opinion of the writer is about this stock. And I agree with some points, but there are also some points that I disagree with. And for the most part, this article is just as a spoiler alert or a forewarning, this is a negative article about Clover Health. This is not going to be a very positive article. And I just want you guys to know that, of course, before we start reading it. I don't really agree with it, and I will get into why I don't agree with it when I kind of finish up or wrapping up this article. But let's just read a little bit of it so we have an understanding of what's going on. Healthcare technology company Clover Health Investment stock price hit new highs earlier last month, propelled by meme stock frenzy. However, given the stock's embedding movement, is it a safe pick now? Let's find out. Data-driven health insurance company Clover Health Investments, which is based in Franklin, Tennessee, offers preferred provider organization or PPO and health maintenance organization or HMO health plans for Medicare eligible customers. Unfortunately, although the meme stock fervor set CLOV on fire in June, the stock has lost its momentum lately. Its shares are down 37.9% over the past month and 43.5% over the past 6 months, while an increase in membership and CLOV's progress in providing high quality care to its customers help it generate decent revenue growth. In its last reported quarter, its losses have nearly doubled. Management expects the company to non-GAAP a normalized adjusted EBITDA to be in the range of negative $240 to $190 million for the full year of 2021. Furthermore, the company has yet to establish itself as a profitable player in the healthcare industry. The stock is trading 71.2% below its all-time high of $28.85, which it hit on June 9th, which indicates bearish sentiment, although it is trading, it's trading lower than $10.41 and $10.57, respective 50-day and 200-day moving averages, which reflects a downtrend. So the rest of this article, just because I'm not going to read the whole thing, of course, on camera, just goes over, okay, as you can see here, lackluster financials or profitability, just kind of dives deeper into some of these kind of ratings and different things as far as fundamentals go. But the main point of this article is that the stock is on a downtrend as far as technicals are concerned, as far as the 200-day, 50-day moving average. And of course, if we look at just overall price action, if you look at the percentage loss that we're seeing over the last couple of days and even weeks, months, it is down. But there is a reason, of course, for that. And we're all familiar with it, of course, and that is the kind of short squeeze price action that we saw not too long ago, just a couple of months ago, where we hit that all-time high around the $28 level. And that is going to happen, of course, when you have a stock like this that basically is a target of retail sentiment and retail traders who who belong to different forums on the internet with Reddit and whatever else it might be. There are a lot of people that are going to flood into this stock when it becomes when it kind of gets into the news, when a catalyst happens, or when more short squeeze kind of news kind of starts up again. We saw this with AMC, of course, and we saw this with GameStop and Clover, and even other big names like BlackBerry, Clover Health, we have, you know, other names like SoFi. Any name with a heavy amount of short interest is going to tend to run, even if there is not a lot of news, if retail traders tend to buy in, because more than likely this is going to be a not really coordinated effort, but it is going to be a large effort, a large offensive mounted by retail traders to push into this stock. So when the valuation rises at such a extreme, you know, I guess metric, you know, up to 40, 50, 60, 70, 100% on some of these stocks with these kind of small gamma or short squeezes, again, this is something that will cause a pullback, because obviously when that high valuation is reached, sometimes that valuation does not make sense. Clover Health, unfortunately, at the rate that it's going right now, fundamentally and technically, just cannot hold, or could not hold. I mean, we've seen it happen already, couldn't hold those $28 levels. It's just too high of a valuation for this stock right now. The stock has not really improved its technicals and its overall valuation to warrant such a high valuation. It's not possible yet. But that does not mean that it can't reach those high prices, even if it's in an intraday trading session. Again, that is the whole point with a lot of these short squeezes, and what you need to be careful of and look out for is exactly that. You have to keep in mind, a lot of these stocks are not going to hold at these high levels. The only reason that GameStop and AMC a little bit are still trading at the levels that they're trading at right now is likely due to, of course, high volume and, of course, continued retail sentiment and retail interest. And of course, those stocks haven't been on great uptrends recently. We've seen kind of up and down all over the place. It's been very volatile. But that is something to take into account, because of course that affects your position. If you're holding shares of CLOV and all of a sudden it bumps up in price and we have another large squeeze, again, that is something to be aware of, and of course to, you know, possibly, you know, take, you know, weigh the risk, because more than likely those levels aren't going to be able to hold because there's just not enough sense to the valuation, and of course the support is just not, unfortunately, there yet. And that's just a little bit about what's going on with the article. I definitely disagree with the article. I don't think that Clover Health is necessarily a bad investment. I believe in it as far as a growth stock is concerned. I consider it a growth stock. Again, lots of companies like this are not profitable yet. Lots of companies like this are still pushing to become profitable and pushing to basically expand all avenues of business. Again, not every business is perfect. You know, the first couple of years of its launch, again, Clover Health has not been around for that long to begin with. And I am just really in this for the long haul as far as patience is concerned. Now, to wrap this video up just real quick here, we're going to get into some technical analysis just on the one-day chart. As you can see here, overall price action is just kind of all over the place. Again, we're not too far into the intraday trading session yet today. You know, it's been all kind of all over the place, really. RSI sitting about the 43 level here, getting close to being oversold on the one-day, one-minute chart. But again, we'll have to see. And MACD is just kind of too close to call. We'll pull out here to the 180-day just so we get a larger view. This is the short squeeze we were talking about, and as you can see here, these levels did not hold. In fact, if we zoom in a little bit here, this run up that we saw basically, and for the most part about two-day intraday trading session, pretty much stopped the next day. We dropped all the way back down to pretty much where we were trading at below, if not a little bit higher, because the volume's now a little bit more. But again, it was just too high and the support could not hold. So guys, this is all a patience game. You have to remember that with all of these stocks, it takes patience in order to see results. And that's really anything in the stock market. You know, it takes patience, especially if you have conviction and you know what you're holding and you like what you're holding. You have to be aware of that. And it's important to be aware of it, of course. But other than that, guys, make sure you guys subscribe. And that is pretty much it for Clover Health. I hope for your thumbs up today. Please like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want some free stocks with WeBull, check out our link in the description below where you guys sign up with WeBull and you guys will get some 2 free stocks that are actually worth up to a lot of money. So check that out. It's down in the description below, along with our Patreon link if you guys want to join our private Discord where we talk about stocks, cryptocurrency, or anything related to money. And it's a great way to contact us personally if you guys want to get further in touch with us. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.